Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak, Mark of the Line, again. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be talking about another American-based automotive manufacturer, because I have already talked about at least a couple here, including Cadillac and Ford, but now let's go back a little bit to the past with something else that was very popular, known as Lincoln. Although I might as well say that, to be fair, this industry in particular happens to be getting a lot bigger these days. Unlike with Cadillac, that just so happens to be doing much better overseas, Lincoln and its share of different sales and many other unique pitches towards the automotive industry, they just never seem to stop coming. It seems that Lincoln is really attempting to give a lot of other American manufacturers like Chevrolet, Ford, and Buick a run for their money, by all means. And that's probably not surprising, considering the fact that, well, the last 5 years alone have actually been quite big for Lincoln, especially with the reintroduction of the highly acclaimed Continental sedan. Yeah, if you could basically take a look back at 2017, Lincoln had brought back the Continental after quite a while of it not being around. But then, of course, as the years went on up until today, where we now have ourselves a lot of Lincoln models to choose from, it seems that there are always a lot of new models out there for us to look forward to. We now have a lot of newer models. We got the Aviator after, well, it's been gone for a while as well. And then, of course, we have ourselves the Corsair and the Nautilus. All three of these are basically just Lincoln's crossover or flex fueler type of vehicle inputs out there in the industry in accordance with those body styles and those classes. And then, of course, they have their big share of the Lincoln Navigator, which is part of the XLT group. Very similar in ways to that of the Ford Expedition, the GMC Yukon, Cadillac Escalade, and Chevrolet Tahoe, as well as the GMC Suburban. So for the most part, Lincoln has a really good share of different vehicles out there, and the number just keeps piling up. At the same time, though, we are seeing a lot of things out there beginning to somewhat diminish. We're not necessarily going to expect a lot of big sales to happen to the company itself, nor are we going to expect a lot of, well, new models out there to show up. Although there were some teasers that just so happened to claim that Lincoln could be reintroducing another few of their older models. And if you want to see a couple of these articles, of which that I'm pretty much referring to, then, well, I've got a couple down in the description box below, so this way you can see them for yourself. And, well, maybe it's true, maybe it's not at all, but who knows. If Lincoln's already introducing a lot of newer models for this particular generation, then chances are we're probably going to be seeing a huge comeback from them. Because, well, unlike with Cadillac, and unlike with many others in the automotive industry, Lincoln is yet another example that pretty much survived many incredible events out there in history that are always memorable to us, but are pretty much disasters for the people who lived through those times. Lincoln, however, when it comes to the past, has certainly had a pretty big feat. When it comes to the 1940s and the 1950s, Lincoln did offer its good share of luxury that would pretty much give Bentley, Rolls-Royce, and even Packard and Studebaker a run for their money, in a way. So, that's just kind of what that's going on. But because some of them have actually gone defunct since then, with some surviving, Lincoln still does show to be your average luxury brand that offers more affordable shares of good luxury, quality, and tons of amazing quirks that you can find. And for the record, I'm actually considering buying my own Lincoln this year. So, that's just a little fun fact that I hope to do by the end of this entire year, after so many years of trying to save up money for some good stuff like this. And, well, I'm glad to say that that opportunity is going to be coming pretty soon. So, For the most part, I will say that Lincoln, for being a really big brand out there these days, especially if it's going to continue piling up new models as well as new innovations, quirks, and other features that we'll never forget, it's safe to say that they will stick around for a very long time. As one of the many subsidiaries of Ford, Lincoln Motors sure is quite a luxury, by all means. And well, that's pretty much going to be just that. But I'm certainly going to be having a lot of new things to talk about as time is going to go on. And more importantly, my 22nd birthday is coming up pretty soon. So let's be sure to stick around for some of that stuff. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.